Love everybody. So this is day 2 of not smoking. I don't know why. Like, all right. So yesterday I talked about like how I got fired on my birthday, and it feels like in the movie Friday when Craig got fired on his day off. You see what I'm saying? That's how I feel. So every time I tell like people that I know, like, yo, I got fired on my birthday, they start laughing immediately. Because I start laughing because, and I laugh because life is such poetic in that way. You know what I'm saying? Life is so poetic, and me getting fired really was the best thing for me right now, because everything that I'm doing right now, like I talked about yesterday, I can do now without any worried about where my income coming from. Do I gotta be to work, and me being bored and me being not knowing, like, I can really pursue my passions. And so I've been having this time to myself to really think about what the heck do I really want to do with my life. I worked in between that period just so, because like I live in the real world, so bills still have to be paid. So I've worked like seasonal jobs and stuff like that. But then I end up leaving them seasonal jobs because I'm just like, yo, why are, like, you gotta look at me. I looked at me getting fired as like a blessing. So if you look at something like a blessing, why is the next thing that you do, you go out and get another job to have that potential, to have that same thing potentially happen to you? So I just quit both of my seasonal jobs for the holiday, though. It's around Christmas time, so everybody hiring this quick, fast, hurry, boop, 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 1, 2, 3, get in, get out, pay these bills. All right, cool, we good. So now I'm at the point to where I'm chilling now, and now I get to make these videos, and now I get to really invest all that time I was giving to somebody else into me. I was having a conversation with my son this morning when I was dropping him off at school, and I was telling him, and we always, because he at that age now to where, like, he turned 14 in May, so he at that age now to where he can get a job and do stuff like that. But he sees everything that I do. He sees everything his mom do. And I want him to focus on that, finding out, doing what he loves to do. And he at that point to where, like, he just don't know. You know what I'm saying? He 13, 14, like, you heavily influenced by your peers, your outside influences and things like that. So naturally, and the internet and social media and stuff. So naturally, he's going to be confused, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about jobs and stuff. I was like, if you don't know what you want to do with your life, then you get a job. And when you find out, you can get it. Once you find out what you're passionate about, once you find out what you want to do in life, then what you have to do is pursue that passion. Don't stay. I told him what I told him. I said, don't build no life on no job that you know you're not going to stay at, that you know you're not going to see yourself at for 15, 20 years, that you're not really going, where you don't love. If you love it, cool, make a life out of yourself, like, you know what I'm saying, using that source of income. And because I told him, I was like, most times we got to trade our time for money. And you'll hear people talk about that stuff all the time. I'm not trading trade your time. Nothing wrong with getting no job, bro. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, when I found out that his mom was pregnant, that we was pregnant with him, the only thing I knew how to do was work. Like, I didn't know about, like, we was just graduating high school. So I didn't know anything about passions or careers or doing something, you know what I'm saying? Like, just because, like, that wasn't my surroundings. Like, no entrepreneurs was around me, you know what I'm saying, at that time. I mean, we was on the internet, but like nobody had that type of vision that'd be like, hey, look, do this, do that, so that way, you know what I'm saying? So I guess subsequently I just found what I was good at, and I just jumped into work. and I've just been working every time since. So, in starting from my last job, the one I was fired from, I'm a pretty much like how that was a manifestation in itself. You know what I'm saying? It was around COVID, and nobody was working at that time. And I was just reading. Like, I've always been like an avid reader. Everything I love to do, I love to read. Like, that's something I just grew up doing. Like, nobody had to put no book in front of me. I sought it, and I still seek it today. So I read three books: Think and Grow Rich, The Law of Divine Compensation, and The Richest Man in Babylon. And all of those, so Think and Grow Rich was about how to manifest money, right? The Law of Divine Compensation really was like changing your relationship with money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, realizing, like, yo, bro, you are abundant. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's your energy. Like, you have to attract yourself to money, right? Put yourself in that mind frame. And The Richest Man in Babylon was like how to grow it. You see what I'm saying? So if you never read any of those three books, read those three books. Because right after I read those three books, I said to the same person that said her picking me up from work is like a, what's the word? What's the what I used? I forget. But it was a favor. And I told this person, and I was like, I think I want to make a job with for $60,000. Like, you see what I'm saying? Just to see if I can do that. After I read that book, I came up with a number that I felt that was attainable. Like, immediately attainable. You know what I'm saying? Because my first time doing this, my first time really trying to figure, like, applying these things that I learned in the book. So I was like, all right, let me do 60,000. So I took this job, and the salary wasn't 60,000 out the gate. It wasn't 60,000. It was like an entry level position. So I'm like, all right, bet. But all my experience up until that point was retail, but it was like management. Like, it was mostly predominantly management. Like, I didn't, like, ever since I had my son 2011, I've been in management since 2013 up until now. You know what I'm saying? So that's all on my resume. So cool, whatever. So I got the job off my resume, off my experience, because I got a good work history. And then okay, cool. So I start the entry level position. All right. I wasn't even out the training. Like, I remember getting a phone call from the district manager, and I'm seeing he like, yo, congratulations. I'm like, what you congratulating me for? Then I'm like, yo, like, we just gonna promote you. This is like without even, like, I wasn't even on the job. Like, I wasn't even getting paid really. Like, you see what I'm saying? I was still in training. So he was like, yo, like, congratulations, we gonna pay you. I mean, nah, we gonna give you assistant manager position. And this is, if you know anything about like the retail space or any type of retail period, because I feel like this is retail. Like, you see what I'm saying? We still selling something. It don't even matter. Like, it's still retail. So it was the highest volume store. So what you mean by volume is, like, think about volume, like a big volume. You see what I'm saying? So we got a lot of foot traffic. We make a lot of money in that store. All right. So then I'll start doing the numbers, because what I did was, first I broke that shit down. How can I make 60,000? All right. So I did the math. That's 5 bands a month. All right. But then, like I said, like, I was working a job because that's the only knowledge that you have. So that's why I talk about the spirituality thing. You got to work what you have. You know what I'm saying? Until you get to the point to where you can get to a space where you can learn new skills. So, boom, it was 60,000. That was my goal, right? Broke that shit down, 5K a month. And the job I was working at, hourly, I wasn't getting paid like, all right, cool. So I was getting paid hourly, but they had a commission sign-in, right? They had a commission based on your performance. All right. So this is like, I got the job in August of 2021. I got the job August 2021, the end of August. So after September, I got promoted. You see what I'm saying? So like I said, at the end of September, That's when she said the thing, and I was like, I gotta go get me a V. So that's when I, as assistant manager, like just got freshly promoted. A week later, I didn't even have the pay stubs to income qualify me for the car that I'm sitting in right now. Like it only showed like a half a check. It wasn't showing no real money because I was not commissionable yet. You commissionable after like 90 days. So, so they really just whatever, boo, right? So they already got that story. So then, all right, so that year, I was like, um, you're not gonna make 60 out the gate. You see what I'm saying? But then from the holiday season until the end of the year, like I was just running shit up. Like I ran it up, like for the store, like we ran it up. So then once January roll around, they like, yo, like, yo, we gonna offer you a store manager position. This is less than 5 months. You see what I'm saying? This is less than 5 months. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take it because, like, yeah, I'm gonna take it. Like, you gonna have to take it because, like, if you want this chicken, at that time, at the January rolling around, me and Shorty was already finished though. Like that shit was out. That junk was like leaving. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's all love. I don't got nothing but love because like you know what I'm saying. She held me down. Like I said, she was picking me up for work. I was the nigga that was like driving her car, dropping her off, picking her up. That type of situation and stuff like that. Living with her, that type of situation. Like this is real. Like this is real stuff. But you know, at that point, that just at some point, like when you're not really in it for real, both parties not in it, you gotta go your separate ways. And then, so that's what we decided to do. And January roll around, they like, yo, we gonna give you a store starting February. So February 1st, became a store manager. It's like the time is okay. September, October, November, December, January. 5 months. 5 months it took me. All right. So from the top of the year, January, all the way to the end of the year, like when I said like I made my 60, I think I made like a more than 60. Okay. Then that allowed, it's 2022 now. It allowed me to travel, seen the world, went to South America, went to Grenada, you know what I'm saying? I was doing mad stuff that year, whatever. 2023, I'm back in that same store that I was in because I was making more money as an assistant than a store manager. So I'm just like, yo, bro, I'm not even about to just do that. Like, I'm not even about to, put me back to where I was. I'll be out, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I had to lose my rate of pay, but I'll make up for it on the commission because this was a volume. This was a store. This is the volume, the high volume store. So, you know what I'm saying? Foot traffic, commission for the store manager at that point out of that store is probably like you probably making at least an extra like 5 bands if the store performs well. So at ASM you getting like 35 between anywhere between 3,000 and 3,500 every single month on top of your hourly pay. You see what I'm saying? So I was just running it up. And then, but around that time, 2022, I was at this point, 2023, I was like, man, I want to do something different, bro. Something different was just calling me. And I had to figure it out what it was. Like, what was calling me? What did I want to do? And I really sat with myself. I really sat down with myself. And then in the midst of that time, like I was working, and while I was working, I realized that I love technology. Like I love technology. Like I always love technology. And then all of a sudden, I start just remembering all of these childhood things that I was good at that I forgot because life was life. And you know what I'm saying? I was a teenage dad. I was a one night stand baby. So I had like a lot of like stuff that I had to heal. And that's why I said yesterday I'm finally healed. I did all my healing from the time I had my son. So from 19 to now. So it's like 33. So from 19 to 33, I focused on nothing but healing. Like I did nothing but heal. Like nothing. I've had relationships. I made a lot of mistakes in between time, but the overlying theme of that was heal. So now I'm at the point to where I'm healed. So then fast forward to my birthday, 2024, my birthday, all year, I was just like, I just didn't want to do it. Like I'm like, yo, this is whack. Then I start learning the industry that I was in is borderline unethical, and I'm a very I have morals. I'm a very like I was about to say moralistic. I don't even know if that's a word, but I'm gonna use that, moralistic person. So like, if something don't feel right in my spirit, I'm not going to do it. Like, I'm just not going to do it. Like, I don't care what. Like, I will not compromise myself for no dollar. You see what I'm saying? So when I developed that ideology, mind you, after making the most money that I made, like in a single year, like, you see what I'm saying? So it's like, and it was more than 60. So not only did I hit my goal, I exceeded my goal. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm at the point like, oh, okay, now what else can I create now? What else, how much money can I really make in life? Because if I'm getting from working a job, how much money can I make on my own type stuff? I could just put that same energy and attention into me. So, and I just been all 2024, I was been pursuing, like, you know what I'm saying, I love tech, so I really just, you know what I'm saying, so I got a lot of tech ideas, a lot of tech software ideas. So so I started studying for like software engineering, you know what I'm saying? So then that got hiccup because that cost money. You know what I'm saying? Around the time of 2024, everybody had a tough year. 2024. How 2024 affected me? It affected me financially because, like I said, I was past that. Like, I didn't want to compromise who I was for no dollar, and I didn't want to fuck other people over for the sake of me making money. That shit is crazy. So that says a lot about your mental if you're okay with doing that. So I personally think I ain't judging nobody else, because my homies that still I got homies that still work in that industry that I still got wild love for, who making money. You know what I'm saying? But they got a different moral compass than I have, and I'm not compromising myself. So not that they compromising themselves, they just got a different way of viewing things than I have. So whatever. So boo. So I just and mind you, at that point I'm still at this job, but now I'm a rep. I've never been paid like a rep before, ever. So I'm seeing how reps get paid. I'm like, oh nah, this ain't it for me. So I just been still doing the software engineering stuff, teaching myself how to. I already knew how to code. If you knew MySpace, if you come from MySpace era, you already know how to code. Even if it's little, like, you already know the language. You know what I'm saying? Now you gotta create with the language. And like, I'm naturally artistic. It's nothing artistic that I cannot do under the sun. You know what I'm saying? That is like, if I apply myself, I can create anything I want. So that's what lead me to right now. So during that year, I ain't do nothing all year. Like, I didn't do nothing in that job. Like, I just was like the worst employee ever. Like, you see what I'm saying? I probably got the worst employee award of that year, because I didn't hit a single quota. I didn't make no commission. So I was basically living off my hourly, and just every time I would come in the store, like, it was just like, bro, I'm not fucking with this shit. Like, it really just, my spirit was not happy there. So fast forward to my birthday, when I turned 33, number 33, you already know this, so that's such a prophetic number in itself. So fast forward to my birthday, the end of the night, 8 o'clock after we closed, the DM came. Well, he'd been there all day. He's like, yo, Aunt, can I holler you for a second? Yada, 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 yada. He like, yeah, okay, well, you already know you haven't been performing, okay, whatever, whatever. I'm just thinking it's going to be a regular write-up and stuff. I'm like, nah. It was like, okay, based on your performance, we have to terminate you. I was like, oh, okay, bet. Like, give me the paper, let me sign it. He said, you don't got nothing to say? I'm like, no, it's my birthday, and you could have told me this when you came here at 12 instead of wait till the end of the shift. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, like, I don't got nothing to talk about. You feel me? So, but I was happy because it gave me the time that I needed to figure out, okay, this is what I want to do, this how I'm going to do it, and this what I'm going to do. So, yeah, so me getting fired really was a blessing, because I realize now that I'm happy. Like, I'm happy. Like, I went in there the other day to get a new phone so I could start making these videos and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? So, but honestly, I like the camera on this phone than I do like this one. You see what I'm saying? I really brought a camera, but the energies, like, they was playing with me. So I had to return the camera. Then I had to do the just to buy this. So I got that. I turned the camera on, but I ain't really do nothing with that yet. So yeah, so I'm happy though. And I'm realizing I'm happy because I went in there, I seen the DM. The DM was in there when I went in there. And And I'm just looking good. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm just looking good. Like, you see what I'm saying? I'm just happy. Everybody happy to see me. Like, they're like, yo, Aunt, what's up? What's good, bro? You feel me? And all of this stuff. And I just realized that was the best blessing I could have ever had, because, like, it's the best blessing I could have ever had. While everybody in, this is not for nobody, but I'm realizing, like, when you really happy, I was talking to my son mom about this last night. When you really happy, nothing, yeah, like, when you really happy within yourself, happiness does not come from outside of you. You know what I'm saying? She was like, oh yeah, she was like, she kept asking me, like, what makes you happy? She said, oh yeah, you got your books, you know what I'm saying, you got this. I'm like, yo, bro, nothing makes me happy. I'm happy. I wake up naturally happy. Like, I don't have to do anything to put myself in a good mood. You see what I'm saying? Now my goal is to keep myself in a good mood during the day, and to just increase on that good mood by pouring the same type of energy and intention that I was putting into all these different companies and years and stuff, into what I want to do and what I want to do. So me making these videos, honestly, spirit, like, because how I communicate on a personal level, intrapersonal level, and how I communicate with myself, you know what I'm saying, like how I talk to myself, how I communicate and stuff like that, is people always tell me, like, yo, bro, you gotta start speaking, you gotta start speaking, you gotta start speaking. And I'm like, okay, what do I say? Like, you see what I'm saying? What do I say? Because, like I said, I've been born spiritual my whole life. I've been born spiritual my entire life. So finding ways to connect to people who don't have that level of spiritual awareness is very difficult for me. It's super duper difficult for me. It's super duper difficult me. It's super duper difficult for me to connect with a person. It's super duper difficult for me to feel heard, to feel seen, to feel do all of these things. All of these things, to where, like, human interaction, human connection. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of my life, I probably already said this, but a lot of my life I felt disconnected from a lot of people, because, like, I was always the oddball. You know what I'm saying? I don't party, that's not my thing. I don't club, that's not my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never been to a strip club. That's not my thing. I don't drink. That's not my thing. I just stopped smoking, you know what I'm saying, yesterday. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, what do I do? Like, how do I connect to other people type shit? So now we're here. So I want everybody to, I don't know who this going to see. I don't know who this going to see. I don't know where this going to find, who this going to find. But I feel like I'm carrying out what I'm supposed to be doing. And I feel like I got complete trust in God. I got complete trust in the universe. And I got complete and utter trust in myself. And the only thing I have to do when I wake up in the morning is just believe that. That's it. That's all you got to do, is believe that, and then carry out your day as if you believe that. No doubt, no self-pity, no self-doubt, no anger, no emotions, no nothing. Just carry out that mission. That's really the only thing that was on my brain. Like, I wake up every day like, all right, what I want to do today, what I gotta do today. All right, cool. Like, that's why I'm gonna keep talking, because I'm gonna show y'all the stuff that I'm building. Eventually, once I run out of stuff to talk about, I'm gonna switch it over to, like, the day in the life type of stuff, because I really want to show y'all really what I'm building in a real lifetime. Because this shit is going to be next level. It's going to help everybody. That's my goal. Like, that's what my soul calling is. And that's what I figure out. Like, yo, I want to help the entire world. The entire world. Not just me, not just my family, not just my city, not just my state, not just my country. Everywhere. I want to benefit somebody in every way, because I've had so many different conversations with so many different people from so many different walks of life, from so many different religions, from so many different ethnicities, from so many different countries, from so many different, you know what I'm saying? I've talked to all these people and they all said the same thing. So some of that shit gotta be true. Because if life is just a reflection, then a person's only going to mirror back to you what you naturally, the type of energy that you in. So stay tuned. Love y'all. I don't know why I want to say that, but that's just who I am. I'm full of love, I'm full of passion, and I've been held back for so long. Like, I just gotta tuck everything down here, and I'm just like, nah, bro. Like, I want to get this shit out. Like, this shit gotta be blah, vomit. So I'm gonna start tapping in, washing my hands before I came out here. So if y'all see that my junks is ashy, bro, don't judge me. But if you do, like, God still loves me. So love.